Hi and hello everybody, it's Fern. Thank you so much for joining me for another Plenty video. Today we're going to be doing a full collection walkthrough slash updates, and I feel like there's actually quite a bit of new stuff to show you, so I'm so excited to take you around. I spent some time rearranging everybody, and you're also going to see some of the new plants that I got in April. It's been such a sunny spring here so far, and the plants are loving it. I'm also loving it. I've been in such a plant chores mood lately. Like, I've been doing a lot of plant care off camera, so I have a lot of updates to share with you. Also, in terms of pests, if you're new to my channel, I've been struggling mostly with mealybugs over the past couple of years, and probably a month and a half ago I started releasing lacewing larvae as a beneficial bug organic pest management type of vibe, and honestly that's been going really well. Like, my collection is the best it has been in years in terms of pests. I feel like I rarely see a mealybug these days, which I cannot tell you, like, I feel like that alone has improved my my relationship with my plant collection so much. I've been getting them every 2 weeks. I actually should have some coming today, so I'm gonna be refilling my little boxes and everything and putting them out again. But yeah, it has just made a world of a difference for me, so I'm gonna keep that up, and then I might bump it down to getting them once a month instead of every 2 weeks because they are expensive, so we'll kind of see how it goes. But yeah, that's been going really well, and I'm just really happy with where things are at. Good planty vibes around here. Spring is just the absolute best time of year as a plant person. I also just did my nails with one of Mooncat's new polishes, and it's so gorgeous. This shade is called Death's Trumpet, and it's from their new collection called Deadly by Nature. The fact that Mooncat has put out a nature-inspired collection with a dark twist, like, it's literally made for me. And they are sponsoring today's video, so thank you so much to Mooncat. I talk about Mooncat all the time already. Y'all know they are my all-time favorite nail polish brand. Discovering Mooncat a few years ago now is actually what inspired me to start doing my nails myself at home, and what got me really into nail polish. Before Mooncat, I just did not know how cool regular nail polish is and how many different special effects polishes there are, and also how long-lasting it can be as well. The one that I'm wearing right now, Death's Trumpet, it's inspired by foxglove, which love that because I love foxglove so much. But this is a solar polish, so it actually changes color when you go out into the sun, which is so cool. Same with the green from this collection, Manchineel Tree. It changes into a like coppery kind of color, and I've just been obsessed with wearing the two solar polishes because I'd never tried them before, and they're just so fun to watch change. This collection also has some really shifty and shimmery polishes, and of course some magnetics, which are one of my favorite types of nail polish because they just look so otherworldly. I know other planty people will really appreciate the inspiration behind this collection as well, so I will have it linked down below in the description box for you to go check out. Y'all know I'm such a big fan of Mooncat, so it's always so cool to be able to work with them, and we can enjoy looking at this polish throughout the rest of this video. So let's go check out all the plants. Okay, I'm just gonna give you an overview of the vibes to start off with. I have been especially obsessed with that corner in the dining room lately. Lots of light, which is grand. I switched things around on the Calic shelf, and we'll get to there. Overview of the living room. And is there a monkey there? Yes, there is a monkey there. Hello, sweet pea. Overview of the Vitz Joe shelf. I literally have all of my pest boxes just gathered here. I'm waiting for the bugs to be delivered, and then I'm gonna fill those all up. Okay, and then an overview of the bedroom where I have the least plants, but we're gonna start in here. So Wally Grow Wall, I don't even think that I have many updates. The updates are always just that it's doing well. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. We did recently repot Monster out in Sonii, and that one seems to be settling in okay. I'm getting some new beautiful variegation on my variegated Maranta up there. I'm actually thinking about taking that one down and moving it to one of my plant shelves in the main space so that I can just see it more up close more often because it's so gorgeous. Hoya Hushkaliana, I do want to pot that one directly into the Wally Grow, the same as what we did with this one. I want to do that one soon as well, because it's just, I think it's time. Like, it's drying out pretty quickly, and I think that it will enjoy that. But yeah, these ones are always just doing amazing here. My variegated polyneuras, not too much to report with these either, except for the fact that they are doing well. Wow. Look at those new leaves that I've gotten. So much white on this one. It's like a half moon leaf. That's crazy. And then in the bathroom, I have one of my lemon lime philodendrons. Now this one is doing okay, and how I'm kind of gauging how they're doing, since these, you know, came to me, or I got them in not great shape, but how I can tell that it's happy and healthy is by the end, like, growth point. Let me put it down for a second. The growth point at the end of the vine, it looks active, it looks healthy, so I think that this is just going to continue growing for me. Also, the vine in general, it feels nice and firm. The leaves aren't in great condition, but they don't feel horrible either, so I'm pretty confident that this one is settling in nicely, and I'm gonna leave it in here for now. Actually, this one's probably gonna stay in here. I have 3 of these, and I really want one of them in this bathroom, so I think this will be the one. And then we'll hop out here to the Vitz Joe shelf. So Monkey Tail, doing amazing. We recently fertilized this in my watering video, and yeah, it's still doing great. All of these arms are continuing to grow out. My Anthurium pallidiflorum is doing well also. It has the beginnings of a new leaf coming in right here. And I'm super excited about that, because I think that's going to be the first new leaf since I moved it to this spot. So that'll be really cool to see. My begonia pink urchin, which you know I'm obsessed with. Let me turn the cloche so you can see her better. Oh my gosh, I'm actually gonna have to find a different place for her to live soon, because as you can see, she's really crawling and she's now hitting the side of the glass. So I'm gonna have to sort something out. But yeah, I love this begonia so much. It's so unique and strange looking, which obviously is like a genre of plant that I really love. Ooh, I moved my Alocasia Maharani. That's what that is, right? Yes. Maharani out of the cabinet. So now it is adapting to just being out in room humidity. And I think that it's doing pretty well so far. I'm just trying to stay caught up with the watering. But I'm really happy to have it out here now. I feel like I can appreciate it way more. And I really do love this one. The texture and the color is really unique. So really happy with the new location of this one. This is the linearis that we potted up. We only did that a few days ago though, so no updates yet. Same with this. We cut this whip away. This is the base. It's doing fine. And then on the shelf below, I don't think I have too many crazy updates. I noticed a new vine coming out on this Hoya lambii. If you can see it right there. So that'll be cool if I get a second vine, because so far this is only one vine. Shane actually pointed this plant out the other day because it used to be at the back and then I scooted it to the front. So it caught his eye and he's like, whoa, that's such a cool plant. He just never really noticed it before because it used to be closer to the back of the shelf. You can see I have a cutting of my philodendron silver sword variegated at the back now. I recently chopped that plant up because I'm trying one more time to see if I can grow this plant out. I've had so many browning issues with it and I recently chopped it up. So I have two, or this is the one cutting that has some roots. So I put it into mollies, and then I have wet sticks and one cutting that is rooting in sphagnum moss, which you'll see in the cabinet. But yeah, I'm really hoping that I can just figure this one out because it was so high on my wish list. And then it was just, my growing experience has been a bit of a disappointment, to say the least. I moved my pingdom. I actually moved all of my pings out of the Calic shelf. Most of them are on, well, all of them are on the windowsill except for this pingdom because it's too big to fit on there. So I just put it back on this shelf, and I think that it's fun having it back on this shelf. I'm pretty happy with that. Goldeneye is gonna bloom for me, and that's one of my favorite ping flowers, so that's exciting. But yeah, I'll talk more about the Calic shelf and what I'm gonna be doing there when we get over there. But I think those are the main updates for this area. I just love the way that these shelves look so much. Frydek doing well, but I do need to repot this. I keep saying that. I need to get around to it. Okay, and then we have the middle part of the shelf. So this is new. I'm trying to grow Begonia malacosticta out in regular room humidity. We're gonna see how it goes. Somebody on my Patreon commented and said that they grow theirs in room humidity. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try it because I would love to be able to keep this plant outside of a cabinet. Cane begonias just outgrow cabinets so quickly, and it's just nice to be up close and personal with this one because look at that shimmery foliage with the pink spots. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. I love this begonia. Really, really stunning. So far it's going okay, but we'll see. This one is planted in leca in a self-watering pot, so I just need to stay on top of watering for her. My Syngonium Frosted Heart, I was actually thinking about getting rid of this recently, but lately it's just been looking so good. Like, it looks perfect. It looks like a fake plant the way I love the size of it right now. I mean, it's very quickly going to be surpassing this pole. I do have another tree fern pole like that, but I don't know how to attach them. Like, how can I extend that? Should I drill a hole and then put like a dowel? That's the only thing I can think of. But if y'all have any ideas of how I could extend a pole on top of that one, let me know because she's gonna need it soon. But yeah, just really pretty leaves, and she is so easygoing, so I really appreciate that plant. Over here we have Miss Begonia White Ice. This is the mother plant in soil, and she is quite large. I recently took cuttings and then we potted them up into leca. Now this one is going to be replacing the mother plant because I just can't keep up with the soil. It's such a thirsty begonia, so this is just going to be better. And I just have that one next to her. This is the Cebu Blue that we potted up recently as well. I'm just kind of waiting for it to get adjusted to its new pot and then eventually give me some new leaves. I want this to be like a nice bushy trailing plant. Oh, and over here, this is actually an Alocasia watsoniana corm that I rooted. And then the other day, I just decided to pot it up into mollies and see what happens. So that's what's in there, keeping it in this cloche to keep humidity up. The plants over on this side here are also looking really good. We have a brand new leaf on my Alocasia dragon scale, and look at how perfect it is. It's still soft, it's so fresh, but it's huge already. And I just cannot believe this Alocasia. Like, honestly, it's filling out so much. The colors are insane. Like, look at that. Oh, that is so stunning. I'm really curious to see whether this is going to give me more white variegation going into the summer when it's going to be a little bit warmer, because some of y'all informed me that the variegation can be influenced by temperature. And when I used to have this in my cabinet, which was warmer, I was getting really white variegation, and now I'm getting more of this Aurea variegation, which honestly I don't mind. Like, I still think it's absolutely gorgeous, but it'll just be interesting to see what happens as we go into the warmer months. But yeah, just such a flawless plant. Like, wow, really a showstopper. And I love how it takes up like its own little section here. It just fills it out so beautifully. This luxuriance hybrid still has the flower on, I don't think I'm gonna do anything with it. Some of y'all were asking in one of the last videos, and I don't think so. I'll probably just cut this off eventually, but right now I've mostly been leaving it on because it smells so good. Like, this room smells like cinnamon because of this flower, and I just love that so much. I never thought that an anthurium flower would be so delicious. Oh, but it really is. I just love the smell of it. I moved my Philodendron gloriosum and micans to on top of the cabinet. I want to have this kind of grow down, maybe the other side. I don't know. I still have to kind of figure out how I want this. But the gloriosum was on the windowsill, and I noticed that all of the leaves were like aggressively facing down, and that is often a sign that your plant's getting too much light. It's like trying to hide from the light essentially. So I noticed that it was looking like that, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna move it further back because gloriosum is a philodendron that doesn't like too bright of light. Like, you can really get away with a lower light spot. So I moved it over here, and already the leaves are really perking up and it looks a lot better. You can see it was getting bleached from how much light it was getting on the windowsill. But yeah, I'm excited to see this one grow up here. I'll leave it for a while and see how it does. I need to repot this as well into a rectangular planter because it is officially growing off of this one, and that's kind of nice because it'll free up this self-watering pot for me because I am running low and I do really like these wavy leaf planters, so it'll be nice to have that available for somebody else. Micans is doing amazing. Like, this plant is looking so stunning. I've really been loving it lately, so I'm excited to watch it grow even more. It's probably gonna go crazy over the summer. And then down here, you'll notice that I have officially retired my massive Philodendron glorious and replaced it with its, what's the word, successor. This was a cutting that I took off of my big one. I wanted to start over in semi-hydro, so this one is now growing in leca, and this was just in front of the window before I moved it here, so you can see this also has some bleaching because my windows out here are south facing the big ones that I've had these plants in front of. So yeah, it was not loving the amount of light it was getting. So hopefully this new leaf comes out a little less bleached looking, but we'll see. This spot right here is really great lighting for this plant. It's not too much. There's this window from our covered deck where some light comes in, but not too much. And then also get some kind of ambient light from inside the cabinet. And then it's pretty far away from the south windows here, so it's not getting scorched. Anyways, I'm so excited to have this plant started over, and I also, you know, got the extension done and everything, and I moved the bow from the other one onto here. I think that this is so cutie, and I want to like decorate my plants like this more because I just feel like it adds so much personality to them. So love that. Okay, now we are going to enter into the Millsbo tall cabinet, which admittedly is not looking its best. I really need to go through and revamp and reorganize this cabinet because it's looking a little cluttered right now, but I have a lot of like small plants and propagations and stuff in here, so it's just looking a little bit hectic. And some of these things I'm waiting for a trade, and then once they're sent out, that will obviously open up some space. My Hoya lacunosa variegated is looking stunning as usual. Look at those leaves and the pink on them. Absolutely gorgeous. These are smaller plants that we have repotted recently. Ooh, I do have this new leaf on my Monstera jungle mint. I was so happy to see all of this beautiful variegation when this leaf unfurled. Like, how gorgeous is that? So that's really nice because this plant had not put out a new leaf for months and months, and then it hits me with that. Like, okay, thank you so much. Down here's more plants that I recently repotted. I did a Patreon video a little while ago where I had an anthurium care day and got some of my anthurium potted up, and there's lots of new pretty emergent leaves on those guys, which is grand. I can't wait for these to get bigger so I can really like appreciate all of their traits and everything, but so far they're looking just stunning even though they're still pretty small. My Syndapsis chiapens variegated, which has been a notoriously tricky plant for me because it kept going all white, I think is what the issue was. So I took a bunch of propagations and didn't have success with any of them except for this one. And even this one, I didn't know if it was going to take because it was taking forever to grow. But then it started giving me some new leaves. And this is the most recent one. A half moon leaf. Like, look at that. That is just so insane. And I'm so grateful that all of these leaves have a decent amount of green on them. That's really promising. So I want to get this actually on a pole soon. Because it's just kind of flopping around in this pot here. But I'm hoping that this one just stays on the green trajectory, but not too green. I mean, I'd rather too much green than too much white, but it's nice to have like a good balance like this. Okay, and then the lower section, again, we have some repots that I've done recently. My Waraquianum, who was trying to rot on me again. I'm trying not to take it personally at this point, but I did repot it. It did have some healthy roots, and I'm just trying to do my best to keep this from drying out, because I think dry rot is the issue that I'm having with her. But other than that, things are doing okay. Also potted up my King of Spades. I can't believe how dark and beautiful it still looks. Like, this leaf has been out for, I feel like, a couple of months now, and it literally looks the same as the day it hardened off. Like, it's still just so flawless looking. So see that every day and thank the Planty gods, because wow, what a blessing. That's the other silver sword that I'm trying to get to root up, but we'll see what happens. This one has a lot of white on it, so I don't know if those leaves are gonna make it or not, but we'll see. And again, this just needs some reorganization, which I'll be doing, oh gosh, I don't know, later this spring, probably after I do my trade, because yeah, it'll just need to be reorganized then. Okay, and then over to this stunning corner, there's just so much good foliage going on over here. I am obsessed. I guess I'll start with the Philodendron verrucosum, which is really starting to size up for me. Like, these leaves are looking so gorgeous and ruffly. This is still pretty fresh and soft. Oh, but yeah, it's just so beautiful. I'm actually hoping to do some plant chores later today, and I'm gonna chop and extend this one. So yeah, I mean, that is kind of bittersweet, but it's just time. Like, this is pretty tall and I don't really want to add. I mean, I could do one more pole. Maybe I should do that. Although it's already kind of unstable, so I'll see. I'll think about it, and you'll see what I do in that video, because I'm sure that I'll be filming it. We have a new leaf coming in on the gigas, which is great because this is one that I did recently chop and extend. And it is just back to its regular speed of growth. I love how bronzy the new leaves are, so pretty. I moved this Begonia Magdalene Madsen over here, and I also just recently re-staked her. I put the 2 clear stakes because she had so much growth that was just going crazy everywhere. This was on the calyx on the other side, but I moved it over here because, I don't know, I just liked the way it looked, I guess. But I'm still waiting for some of these leaves to kind of sort themselves out after restaking it. So striking though, like that green vein down the middle, the lime is just so pretty. And then the red backs, ugh, I just love this begonia so much. And you've seen these Hoyas recently. The Bertonier intervariegated has been growing a ton. Not too many updates with those guys though. Oh, we have my Alocasia Pink Dragon here. Now this is another case of a leaf getting a little bit too much sun being in the window. I was getting too excited putting all of my plants facing the window on sunny days. So yeah, it still looks good though. Like, it's still a healthy leaf. That's an older one. Such a pretty plant. I'm still in love with this one. Down here, oh, I've moved my Hoya Australis Lisa, which I got on clearance at Canadian Tire, and it looks like there is a new vine activating in the middle there. Do you see that? So I'll be so excited when this gives me some new growth. I was quarantining this in the office for a couple of weeks, and it looked good to me, so I decided to just move it back out because it's just warmer and brighter out here, and I want it to be, you know, getting the optimal conditions. I don't think there's really too much going on with the other guys in here. These Rhipsalis cuttings are both rooting, so I will be doing a Rhipsalis or repot soon. My Crassula Buddha's temple back there is getting all of these crazy like growths along the main thing there. So that one's looking pretty funky lately. Otherwise, I mean, they're looking good. The Thanksgiving cactus is rooting. Thank the Lord, because I have never been so scared. But there are roots in there, so very relieved about that. Okay, I'm gonna grab the poles down to show you Mandula pothos. I can't believe how good this is looking, and I am going to be doing a chop and extend on this one as well. I actually have a few chop and extends to do, so that's always fun and kind of a lot of work, but worth it because we want these plants to continue to size up. But just the colors on these leaves blow me away. Like, how gorgeous is that? So really excited to see this continue to size up. I think this is my favorite leaf. Like, look at that, it's so pretty. I love. The reason I need to chop and extend this one is because it would literally be hitting the ceiling if I didn't. And then, let's see if I can grab this one. Okay, this is my Philodendron Majestic. Look how cutie she is. This is a new leaf right here, a little small, but I guess she's just getting going on this pole. And then we have another new leaf coming out right there. I have two different vines on this pole. So really excited about that. Oh, I need to strap whenever a new like node comes out. I always make sure to strap it in. So need to do that quickly. Okay, I can't reach that right now. Gonna put her up when Shane gets home. Hoya Lanier is living her best life up there. No changes with her. Same with all of these plants in the window. I don't really think there's anything too notable going on. Ooh, I need to get this repotted soon because it's gonna be so hard to get out of this pot. I just know it because of the shape. Oh boy, I need to like note that down. Make a mental note at least. Ooh, look at the way the rainbows are hitting the Crimson Queen. So cute. Her flowers finished the other day. I removed them, and I'm hoping that I get at least 1 or 2 more flowers on her this year. But we'll see. I would love for her to be just covered in flowers, but I don't know if I'll get that lucky. I moved my Rhipsalis paradoxa minor up there because I just want it to get a lot of light because I really want to fill that plant out. And I feel like more light is what is gonna do the trick. So we'll see if that really starts growing for me. Down on the windowsill here, we have my new Philodendron Brantianum. This was another one that was quarantining in the office, and I just recently took it out to live here on the south window to really get nice and established. I think it's doing okay so far. We have some new leaves coming in, if you can see that, on both vines actually. So that is very promising. And yeah, I'm really excited to have this one again and to grow it back out nice and tall because I do think that it's such a pretty philodendron. And I just found that at Canadian Tire, so it was a really good find. I moved all my pings, like I said, so most of them are out on the windowsill, and I really love the way it looks. Like, they're just such cute little plants to have on the windowsill. Like, look at this, it's like a ping army. Yeah, they love lots of light, and now that the days are longer and we're getting more sun, I was able to move them back to getting natural light. Before, they were in these cubbies, which have grow lights, really bright Barina. They're the Barina Orb lights, and they're super bright. So they were doing well there in the winter time, but yeah, now they're back out here. And I'm just excited to see them continue to color up. as we go into summertime. They're just so cute. This Cyclisecta is one of my favorites right now. The purple, so pretty. Yeah, so really excited to have these ones out and about again. All of the Hoyas on this windowsill are just kind of the same, not too much to report. And then the Calics. So like I said, move the pings out of there. I'm thinking about utilizing that space for my seedlings again because I'm gonna be starting some seeds for my garden, heat-loving crops, and then in June I'll be planting for the fall. So that is a really great spot for my seedlings with the bright lights. So now I have that available, which is great. And then for my plants up here, my Hoya UT039 Flores Island is about to flower. This thing has just been flowering like crazy for me. It is so wild. Sometimes Hoyas, they start and they just don't want to stop. Like they will just continuously flower. And that's what this one is doing. And it puts out these cute pink flowers. So I'm really excited for these to open up. That'll be my third or fourth, maybe fourth flowers this year on that plant, and this year was the first time it flowered for me, so we're really on a roll. I moved my jewel orchid to the Calic shelf. It used to be up on top of the Millsbo there, but I don't know, I just kind of had this spot to fill. I think I might take a cutting from this soon and root it and pot it back into soil because I just don't know if it's loving the Leca life. Like I'm just not really seeing the same growth speed that I was getting before. And I've also never had it flower at this time of year. It usually flowers in December and January for me, so I don't know if that's concerning, but yeah, a little worried about that one. And we have my Begonia polensis out now, which is really exciting. It's back to its former spot, and it seems to be taking the transition really well. I've obviously just been making sure that it stays nice and moist because this one does not like to dry out. And yeah, it's been going really well so far. I've had to prune off some not so great leaves. This one could probably go because that's a little janky, but yeah, so far it's going really well, honestly. Oh, this is another one of my lemon lime philodendrons that I decided to put there. That one looked like it was struggling. It was in the bathroom. So I decided to move it out so that it could get better light and warmth, and we'll see if it pulls through. But honestly, I don't know because the tip, where is it? Looks like that. It's kind of browned. I mean, there's still hope, but it just didn't look great. So I decided to move it out, give it a little bit better conditions. Okay, and then we have my Marble Queen Pothos pole up on the Calic shelf now. It does have a little grow light on top there just for some supplemental light, even though it looks like it's getting a pretty good amount of sun there. Like, look at that. I guess it's just the right time of day for it. But yeah, I mean, I just moved that there a couple days ago, so we'll see how it does. But it is kind of cool having such a big plant up there. And then I also repotted up my philodendron patriciae. This is one that I had growing in water, and now it's back in Leca with a moss pole, so I'm hoping that it will settle in nicely and start growing for me again. This is a new leaf that it just put out while it was in water. It didn't put that out in the Leca, but I'm hoping it'll do well in this pot. So yeah, she looks a little funny because she's just getting reestablished here. But I really do love this philodendron, so I'm hoping that it'll grow out nicely for me again. And then heading into the living room. I actually don't know if I have a ton of updates for in here. This Begonia Lucerne, I saw someone suggest on one of my last video, or maybe it was the last walkthrough, I'd mentioned that an extra cane popped up, so it was just kind of growing in the middle. And then someone said, oh, why don't you pin it with the other one? It'll just kind of, you know, be nice and full. And that's what I did. So it's still kind of adjusting to being moved. But now I have two canes growing on that side and the one going along the bottom of the window. And it'll just be interesting to watch this continue to grow. Oh, this one's getting a little weird. Like it's trying to grow. Like the stem is bending upwards, so I don't know if it'll just get weighed down eventually or if that's gonna be an issue, but yeah, it's looking a little weird. Again, we have a couple more pings that I've moved over here, and this is actually an exciting update. My Syningia leucotricha, who is coming back, is starting to put out her spring flowers, and it's so exciting. I love this plant. It's the softest, hairiest plant in my collection, and it puts out these cute bright orange flowers, and I just love it so much. Last year mine put out 2 stems, but it looks like I'm only getting 1 this year, which is fine. You do your thing, girl. So adorable. Like, look how fuzzy it is. All of my Hoyas here are still doing real good. I'm getting some new leaves coming in on some of these. Down there, look at those guys. Cute. Velosa doing well. And my hypalasia, I got a lot of questions from y'all on my watering video. I didn't realize that I didn't even say the name of this plant, but yes, this is Hoya hypalasia, and it's been giving me these huge leaves. It's a really cool Hoya. I love the texture of it, and it's also fuzzy. So yeah, I think it's a really, really neat one. And I also have some new leaves coming in up here on this one. It's a little backlit, so you can't see great, but yeah, there's actually a lot of new growth. Look at those 2 leaves. They look so cool. What the heck? That's wild. Love it. Also have some new baby leaves coming in on my Hoya for Bessie. So I guess these are all steadily growing for me, which is grand. Haven't seen a new leaf on my Puba Calyx in a while though, to be honest with you. But I did, oh, there is some new growth happening in the back there. And I did recently repot this, so I suppose she was taking some time to kind of get reestablished there. I do see multiple peduncles, and I'll be so happy when this plant flowers for me because I love Puba Calyx blooms. So I will be keeping my eye out for those. You already know David Kamingii has so many flowers at all times for this one. And they smell like caramel. I just love this Hoya so much. Even when they're closed, they look cute. Like, look at how chunky those are. Not too much else to update, I don't think. Like, everyone's just doing their thing. Over here, we have a new leaf on my Florida Ghost. This is always putting out new leaves though, so that's not surprising. They are starting to get really big and mature though, so that's cool to see. Oh my gosh, here is my new oxalis. So I don't know what order these videos are going to be going up in, but I did get an oxalis. And it looked a lot better when I got it from the nursery. The flowers are a little bit droopy. I mean, it still looks good. It's just the flowers are kind of dying off. And when I first got it, the flowers were really healthy still. So it just looked so cute. I've been wanting a purple oxalis for a while, and I really debated getting one in March, but I didn't. And then I saw that my garden center still had some available in April, and they were flowering and just looking so cute, and they weren't too big. Like, this is just a 4-inch pot. And I just couldn't say no, you guys. I think it's so cute, and I feel like this plant really adds something different to my collection. Like, I don't have anything like that, like the leaves, the color, everything. And I love flowering plants, so that's just like the cherry on top. So I decided to grab it. I might move it right into the windowsill because y'all are telling me that that one loves a lot of bright light. And it does get some sun here, but it would obviously get a lot more direct sun if it was right in the windowsill. So I'll probably move it, but yeah, that is my new plant and I love it so much. I also did quarantine that one, and then I just recently took it out as well. We have my Monstera albo here. Now, in the last walkthrough, I think that the new leaf was just emerging, and look at how variegated it is. Like, oh my goodness, I could not believe how pretty this leaf was when it came out. I've just never had such a highly variegated albo before. until I got this one, and growing it out is just such a dream. It's so marbly, but it also gives some sectoral bits. And yeah, this leaf truly took my breath away. Like, that is perfection. Oh my gosh, it's so gorgeous. I mean, it's probably more white than you want, but I don't even care. I'm just so in love with it. My Hoya coriacea is still growing like crazy. I'm gonna need to retrellis her again. We have just, yeah, new leaves after new leaves on this one. Not much new with Polynura, but I did notice that we have a lot of new growth, even at the ends of the long vines, which is crazy because I didn't know if these ones were gonna get any longer, to be honest with you. But there's so many new leaves coming in. So she's going through one of her growth spurts. Okay, and then we're at the Millsbo wide cabinet. This one definitely needs a clean and a rearrange as well, but it's not as cluttered as the other cabinet. So let's see what's going on in here. So first of all, Hoya undulata has been so happy in here. I'm really glad that I decided to move it. It was in the window before where it was getting a lot of light, but I think that it really appreciates the higher humidity and warmth in the cabinet. It's 26 degrees Celsius in here right now. This is a new leaf. There's actually been quite a few new leaves. First of all, the color is stunning, and do you see the like shimmer to it? It's like velvety looking. It's so pretty. Lots of new growth down here as well. This is a new fresh one. So gorgeous. And you can see that vine is actively growing right there. It's been one of my favorites lately. I love the like crusty dusty vibe of this Hoya, and if it ever flowered for me, I would probably croak. So that would be stunning. Still waiting for Hoya clementiorum to do anything, but it is not. Hoya serpens, that's the little cuttings that we potted up the other day, hanging out there. Look how gorgeous my Begonia breviremosa is. Like, that color is insane. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to put a second stake for this second cane in here. But they're both actively growing. And it's been so low maintenance because it's just in soil in a self-watering pot. So it stays moist for a long time, which is perfect for begonia. Yeah, more anthuriums that are doing okay in here. Repotted that guy recently. We have the chloristicta that I repotted with y'all. Campanulata, I've been fighting for my life to keep moist, but it's very difficult, and it doesn't help that the fan is below it. So maybe I should, I don't know, move her to the other side or something. She is growing, but like sparsely. Like, what is going on? I don't know. I need to figure out what I'm doing with this Hoya because I do want to keep it because I love the flowers so much. But I feel like I need to figure out a better situation for her. So that'll be on my list of to-dos. And then we have this anthurium over here, which is looking stunning and gave me this new leaf. This is the Dark Phoenix Pap RA5 hybrid, and I'm loving the texture and the color that's coming in on that one. So yeah, that is the cabinet. We're almost done. We just have Philodendron SP Silver over here, which is putting out a new leaf. Look at that, so cool. Can't wait to see it open up and harden off. And then I continued to support my vanilla orchid climbing up here because for a while I didn't have command hooks and it was like growing and vining down because I didn't have anything to attach it to the wall. But I got command hooks and now it's reattached. You can see that that did cause some lengthening of the internodes. Like, the leaves aren't very tight as opposed to down there. They're a lot tighter. So I'm gonna have to keep up with it better. I actually noticed that it put out a third vine and that one is attached to that wall itself. So I'm just gonna let it do its thing. This is not like, this is like cupboard material. What's that called? Like thermo something. It's just like the cheap stuff that cheap cupboards have because this is just beside our fridge. If it was like my painted walls, I probably wouldn't want it growing up, but for this, I don't really care. Oh yeah, also my Thai cons are down there and I'm gonna be potting those up soon as well. It was on my list for April, but I might not get to it until May. Oh my gosh, I know. So many plant chores, so little time. Like, what is one to do? And then we have my Florida Ghost, which I don't really have any updates. It's just crawling along the wall. It's kind of crazy that this is the same plant as this. They look so different, and that's just what the lighting conditions can do. This one doesn't get a lot of light, so it stays very green. And this one gets a lot of light, being right next to the south window, and it's so creamy. So it's really cool how the Florida Ghost is influenced like that. I'm still getting some nice mature leaf shapes up here though, which is nice. But yeah, just interesting to see the differences. I think that that's it. The only thing that I haven't shown is the Phalaenopsis orchid that I got at the beginning of April. That's in the office right now, and I need to deal with it because y'all are telling me that even though it's in flower, I should just go ahead and repot it. So that is on my list for plant chores to do this week, because that medium is just gonna like suffocate the roots apparently. So I need to do that, and hopefully it's gonna pull through. But other than that, I think that we have covered everything. And I hope that you enjoyed walking through my spring jungle. Like I said, I'm really happy with everything lately. It feels so nice. So yeah, I love this time of year. Thank you so much to Mooncat for sponsoring this video. Literally my dream sponsor. If you haven't checked out their Deadly by Nature collection, check it out. Again, I will have it linked down below. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. I hope that y'all are doing well, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye.